Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. So, as in case you hadn't guessed, on with us tonight is John Harding, and of course, joining with me as always is Rob Davis. Without further ado, so John Harding, we got former professional wrestler, actor, vlogger, you name it, lots of things, and of course a very avid welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Why am I getting feedback coming through that?
And it's like I had you feedback and then that feedback, and then my laptop decided to feed everything back again, as if I had you tripled then. I can't even hear myself now, so
what I'll do, in case it's my iPad doing it, I'll unplug my iPad just in case.
Okay. Sorry everybody, the technology is uprising.
So John, welcome to the show, my friend. This is I think all of us have spoken in chats and things and all the rest of it, and and you're a massive advocate for LARPBook, because anything we post out there, you go, quick, get out to everybody else, what have you. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, John, yes.
I think this is the first time we've actually spoken.
Yes, I've always been correspondent through Rob.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Lots of messages flying back and forth. It's great to say just that you hear you, John.
Yeah, good to see you guys. It's like my LARP challenges we discussed a while back. We were meant to meet together as a team at a LARP event. But again, like I said, with what we discussed earlier, COVID kicked in and kicked our asses.
Oh, didn't it? Yeah.
Pretty much. There wasn't a lot we could do about that, is there? So there we go. Right. So okay. So let's first of all let's have a little chat about you, John. Right. Obviously. So, tell us a little bit about how you started and eventually how you got into LARPing.
Oh wow. LARPing. I started off as tabletopper, D&D. My mate, it was my mate Gary who got me into D&D, and then for his friend, I was in the nightclub, and Gary's mate come up to me and said, "Oh, you do D&D?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "You fancy doing it live?" I'm like, "Well, what do you mean by live?" It's like, I'm 17, 18 years old. I'm going back 18 years ago, and what do you mean live? Actually doing it in person. I'm like, oh, okay. When and where? Let me know what's going on. So he gave me the date and time. I turned up. It was in a car park near McDonald's in Plimpton, which is in Plymouth Fair area. And I'm stood by McDonald's where everybody else is on the other side of the car park, like a nice big group of them. And I'm just there going, do I go over now? Do I wait? Do I get called over? It's like,
oh yeah, that first going to a group is hard.
Yeah, this is my first LARP, and I thought, okay, I've done D&D now. I know how to act. I love acting anyway. Done a bit of theatre work, so what can go wrong? So I kind of slowly paced over and met my mate Chris. I was like, mate, what do I do? Just introduce yourself. So I kind of like, hi, I'm John. Sorry, I looked like an idiot stood over there. And everyone was like, oh no, everyone's like that. They're the first time. So I wasn't the first. I certainly wasn't the last. I didn't have any gear. I had no idea what to do. It was a case of, John, what character do you want to play? I'm like, give us a warrior or a pit fighter or something or other. They went, okay, here's a pit fighter. You roll this much money, la da da. You get skills given to you here, there, and here. And then we'll tell you, you don't have to worry about armor repairs, etc. Here's a load of stuff. Go out and just enjoy yourself. This is your first session. And I had people throw leather armor at me. I had people throw weapons at me. And I'm stood in like jeans, trainers, a t-shirt with like skulls and flames all over it. And then all of a sudden I got chucked with studded leather armor and I got these swords. I didn't have a belt around my leather tunic, and I just looked like literally a throw together character.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I remember my first quest as well. I was a pit fighter named William. I even did a backstory where he was part of the 1066 Battle of Hastings and then accidentally went through a portal and appeared here. And they went, no, don't worry about that. You're just a slave. But you're going to be fine. They weren't interested in backstories. But this is, like I said, this is a local Plymouth game. This is not Fools and Heroes, I might add. This is a completely separate entity.
Okay.
Again, 18 years ago. So So yeah, I still remember that. My first quest was deliver a message, a scroll, something or other. And I remember going for this first time fighting as this character, like learning how to fight, do the role play acting, improvised acting as well. So all this learning, like literally, is a case of, here you go, John. There's the D-pad. Off you go. And so I learned very quickly. And I remember when we finished, we delivered the scroll to these orcs, and the orcs just turned around and went, "Hooray! Our toilet paper's arrived!" And that was it. End of quest. I was like,
the toilet paper's arrived.
But what the? And that was it. That's my first quest.
Nice.
I can still remember my first character death. He was assassinated by another player.
As you do.
I was ready to get to this boss fight, and all of a sudden I heard behind me quad double, and I just looked back at my mate Gareth like that. Sorry, with a pair of daggers in his hand. And I was just going, yeah, bash.
Yeah, great.
So yeah, I still remember my first time LARPing, but ever since then I was hooked. Like I was in this hobby, hook, line, and sinker, and back then, Lorion's Trust was the only big system.
Yeah.
I know of, or that everyone knew. Everyone was raving about it. Oh yeah, we're part of the tracks, or we're part of the bears, etc. And my aim was, at the time, LARPing over this first couple of years was, I really want to go to a festival. This would be great. I want to see hundreds of people, possibly thousands, LARPing, like doing what I do. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Still haven't been to Lorion's Trust event after 18 years. Still haven't been. My first festival was Fools and Heroes Springfest. Back in 2016. I think there's a video of mine on my channel with me like. That was after the Keen was extracted, and then I joined my other festivals. So after that, my next system was Curious Pastimes. So I haven't really expanded that quickly in regards to festivals, but I've always been mad linear systems. There was Heroes for Hire was the local Plymouth one, and then Fools and Heroes when my the other system eventually broke up, which is the lack of players. Again, it happens. Some systems make it, some systems don't.
You got it.
Yeah, some systems keep going for years. Some have like breaks and hiatuses. Some stop.
Yes.
It was like I said. This hobby really got me hooked. So and also made a lot of friends at Darkblade. The amount of stuff I've purchased from Darkblade is unreal. I think I've got a shed full of their stuff from like 10, 12 years ago. Like I've purchased stuff from them. So. So once I think thanks to the internet and social media, a lot of LARPing stuff, merchants and stuff like that, you can order a lot more, and there's a lot more people making weapons, a lot more people making armor, and there's various styles, and again different systems now. Like I always thought there's just a medieval LARP system, but now you've got like post-apocalyptic, Victorian, steampunk, tank LARP, for instance. It's there's so much variety out there. I'm lost. I'm actually lost with regards to which LARP system I can play. I've got a couple I want to go to. Again, when we did these challenges put together. I've got a couple I want to do. I've got a load of concepts. My imagination, when I'm working, just my imagination is just, I can play this, or I can play that. Or I see an item of clothing, and then all of a sudden, in my mind, I've just created this character, and then all of a sudden, the concept, and I'm just like, this just looks like on a necklace or bracelet or something. That's how my brain works.
I personally would have loved to have seen you at the Downton Abbey LARP that we went to.
Downtown Abbey? I've been in something similar. I was in Far From Mad and Crowd, so I kind of...
Nice.
Very nice.
I was in it for about 30 odd seconds, actually. It's right behind the main actor's shoulder, like here.
Brilliant.
So I could play him like a mid Victorian commoner or working class one. Very easily. Definitely fit, especially with this beard as well.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, that's a good beard.
Mate, better than mine. You know, mine's quietly growing. I'm quietly getting there. You know,
but I'm styles.
But I'm trying to do the whole sort of curly moustache thing as well. That's what I'm going for.
I had that a while back, but I trimmed it all down and now it's kind of puffed out again.
Anyway,
that's how I started the LARP like 18 years ago.
Excellent.
18 years.
18. Yeah. You don't want to know how long we've been doing it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not going to go down that
path. Yeah, absolutely. So then you got into wrestling?
Oh no! I think I started Larper wrestling roughly around the same time.
No way.
Okay. Actually, no. Correction. I started wrestling when I was 15, so I started Larping a couple of years later.
Wow.
I waited outside the Plymouth Guild Hall for like 8 hours, waiting for the ring crew to arrive to help out with the show and whatnot.
Yeah.
And when the ring crew turned up, they went, "Oh, thanks for helping us out. We want to learn how to wrestle." And I was just like, "Yeah, why not?" So me and my brother went in, and that's how I got into the business.
Got you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's as simple as you can get.
And then acting.
Yeah, obviously I've done a lot of theatre work when I was a kid, so I don't have any formal qualifications. Actually, the best I've got is drama, and that's a D. Only because I dropped out, I missed a load of stuff towards the end of my GCSE stuff because I went wrestling. I started going to wrestling, trying to go to wrestling schools and shows and stuff. So instead of revising and doing my lessons, I buggered off to shows.
Yeah.
So,
I understand that.
For me. Mistakes happen. I'm learning from it, and looking into bettering myself anyway. Even though I'm approaching my 40s, I'm still trying to better myself learning wise.
Good.
Never too late. Like if you can't make it in your 20s, try doing your 30s. If you can't do it in your 30s, do it in your 40s. Like there's a famous painter who got famous when she was in her 80s. So you never know what's around the next corner.
No, that's right.
Really. Just keep doing stuff and learning stuff, and never know what happens next.
We are
constantly
learning.
If you're passionate about something, it will show, and you will grow because of that. Because people can see that passion.
Exactly. So, what are the things you want to talk tonight about there, then, John? What's on your mind, my friend?
Well, I want to talk about politics of LARPing to start with.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's a lot. Like I'm not gonna mention names just yet because it's a bit probably I don't know how far I can push this. There's a lot of people who publicly display their politics, and if the society knows, then everybody can help out, etc. And that's fine. Some just keep themselves to themselves. They sort it out behind the scenes, and then players can enjoy what they've got in front of them. It's a very mixed balance of. Do we give too much information, or do we hold it back and only tell those who need to know? For instance, there's a system out there right now where Summerfest in August is in jeopardy because the main person's been booted out and is trying to appeal the decision. And based on that decision, whether the festival can go ahead or not this August.
Okay.
So that's a system that's publicly shown all this, and from someone who loves the system they're playing in, is making them doubt whether I should be getting ready for that event or I'll go to the other LARP system that actually I'm enjoying that because all their stuff they're showing is more about the game rather than politics.
Yeah, rather than the behind the scenes politics.
Yeah.
So what you're essentially saying is, should people be made aware who are just players, right? You or I, whatever, we just want to go along, have some fun, and thwack things with whatever. Do we actually care about the politics other than the fact how it would affect our or the game?
Yeah. Because a lot of, like I say, if you got too much information, it plays on the mind, and whilst you're playing, you're there going, well, what if this happens, and then this happens, well, I saw this online, and this happens, so if I did this, will it affect that? And it's just like, I don't want to be thinking like that in game, where my role-playing's affected, combat's affected, even just chilling out, having lunch and whatnot, and then the politics is into
there's not only that side as well. I mean, certainly if you haven't paid for your ticket yet and what have you, are you looking at the fact? Is there any worth me even taking the chance spending my money when I know this other system's all good? And I can just spend it there.
Again, business. Every lot system has to make money to carry on. It is all right. It is all right to break even as long as, but if the central fund, I used to run businesses. So if you don't have that fund to run these businesses, run your game, then you end up disbanding, and that's the end of your system.
Yeah.
That's the end of that story.
At the end of the day, a LARP needs to make enough money to continue and survive.
Yeah.
So is it a good business to tell everybody everything, or just tell them what they need to know, and hopefully give them enough lore or enough story for them to still be hooked into the game?
I mean, I'll give my tuppence worth then in that respect, right?
Okay.
To me, as a player, couldn't give a damn what went on in the background. Okay, if the main person got booted out or whatever, you voted out of a particular position or politics that was happening, all I care about is the game going to go ahead, and is it going to be as immersive as it usually is without this person, who may be a main plot pusher or writer or what have you. To me, that would be my only two concerns. Yeah. Whether or not anybody actually needs to know that, again, tuppence worth, my own opinion, and not the opinion of LARPBook, is don't care. I don't care. Is the game gonna go ahead? Am I gonna enjoy it? End of.
Yeah. Like for me, again, I'll announce what's going to happen with me over the next 4 months in a bit, but I want to just turn up, enjoy the game, enjoy the social aspect as well, because at the end of the day, I've got a ton of friends across LARP, and just for that end of day time out, just to say, come here, give me a bloody hug. I haven't seen you in so long, or even before time in. It's that social aspect as well, and like you said, you want to be immersed in your game.
Yes.
Rather than thinking about what's going on behind the curtains.
Yes.
You want to be in your game. You want to be thinking about enjoying the friend you've made LARPing.
Yeah.
You don't really want to worry too much about the organization. I mean, there is a whole thing about should a LARP be transparent to its players, and I suppose that's one of the things the background politics are trying to get out. But the other thing is, where should that be? Should it be out on their main social media feed, or really publicly chatted about, or should it be somewhere you can go if you're interested or you're involved in?
Yeah, some sort of forum that's just for that particular game, for instance, or system, where if you're a member of, then you can have an input or at least see what's going on if you're even bothered, So I get where Rob is going there with that one. An interesting sort of situation if you want to look at it that way. Let's say again for me. Don't forget, a lot of us go to these LARPs as well. Number one, because it's a fun system or whatever etc. Right, we have a good time. But a lot of the times, it's where we might only see friends for that one time every year, because they live so far away. Some live in other countries and come over, as you know, and all the rest of it. So you might get to chat to them on the phone or some video call or something like that. But it's usually that one game a year where you actually go, and get to give them a big hug.
You have time together, which is fantastic.
So it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one to quantify for me, because, like I say, my stance is I don't care as long as it's going to go ahead and it's going to be fun. Now, if the person that's being removed or the politics is having a detrimental effect, or they're trying to spin it in such a way to make that game not fun, that's incredibly selfish. In my mind, if that was me and I'd been voted out of a particular system or what have you, because I was just too dark or too happy or whatever it might be, then me as a person, I would make sure that would not have a detrimental effect on the game and the people coming to it.
But carry on, gents. I'm just being summoned away a second, so just give me 2 minutes. Chat amongst yourselves.
Don't they know there's an interview going on? Good Lord, Rob. Yeah, so
I thought I was going to have interruptions with the kids.
I know, exactly. So what are your feelings on this then, John? I mean, is this something that you feel passionately about one way or another?
I feel like they're providing too much information. Like, for me, I'm reading through all the comments, I'm reading through all the posts, etc. of the certain system, and it's really put me off because I'm friends with these people that are arguing with each other, or one that's arguing with another, and it upsets me because we're all passionate about this hobby. We're all doing this because we either love the story we're part of, or we enjoy the escapism. And we all like to influence each other to try and help the game grow, or to help tell a better story.
Yes.
But there's always a conflict of interest between one person and another, and if that spills onto social media, people are going to see this argument, people are going to join one side, people are going to join another, and then it's merciful. If it continues on social media, people who, like me, want to just come along and enjoy the game are being put off because there's too much information and too much going on social media, or being spilled as what's the phrase? Don't air dirty laundry.
That's right. That's
all that's doing. It's just airing dirty laundry. Sort it out behind the scenes. Just give the players the lore and the hooks to try and bring them to the game. They don't need to know all this information.
No.
But I'm reading one stuff at one system, and I'm reading, we need to sort lore out for this, we need to sort guilds out for this, what can we do to make it better? I'm like, great, that's awesome. I can put in my opinions and help out that way. And there's constructive criticism and constructive debate going on. Whereas this other system is having arguments about who should be in who, where, is this festival going ahead, blah blah, and that's what's spilling on to that public forum.
Yes.
So it's put me off that. I'd rather go to where I'm having fun, trying to be constructive with this game, rather than
you've got it exactly. Let me just interject there one moment as well. So if you're watching the stream at the moment, if you've got any thoughts or comments on the things that we have been discussing so far, please put them in the comments. If you've got any questions, for John or us, again, pop them in the comments. We read everything. I mean everything. And we can ask them at that time as well.
Up, please come along and ask us any awkward questions, LARP related questions.
Yeah. Better put it LARP related. Yeah. Where do babies come from? If you don't know by now.
We'll answer that one.
Go ask your mum. Yeah.
Always the answer.
So yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree more. It is purely, come on, people. Let's be grown up about this, right? Mm-hmm. You certainly wouldn't, think of it as a business. Even though a lot of the times these are not run as a business, they're run for just to break even, just to have fun, and all the rest of it, right? Think of how it would look if you were running it as a business with investors and all the rest of it, right? At some point, somebody will be coming along and say, hey, you're damaging our share price, buddy. Shut up on our social media, or we're going to take action, So you got to think about it a little bit that way as well. Don't spoil the enjoyment of those people that have paid their hard-earned cash to come along to the game and to see friends that maybe they haven't seen for what would be now years because of the pandemic. Just don't do it. Be the bigger person in that respect and go, fair enough, not a problem. Let's make sure everything runs smoothly. If I've got to hand over anything, I'll just hand it over. That's my tuppence, as they say.
No, that's how I'd like to see it happen. Calmly, politely.
Yeah.
No big flame wars, no big airing wall, dirty laundry.
No, exactly.
Just think about the players.
Yes. Won't anyone think about the players? They're
the important ones.
But apart from that, John. So let's now start looking forward into the future, as it were.
Looking forward.
Yeah, looking forward and all the rest of it. What are your... If we could grant a wish, All right. What sort of LARP? What sort of LARP? Yeah, I know. I got a wand. No, what sort of LARP would you want to experience that you didn't think you'd want to? You know, when you go like, but I might give it a go.
There's a couple. There's a few I really want to try out, but it's like because of the era or the theme of the LARP, it kind of puts me off. Yeah. Like for me, Victorian steampunk LARP, the cogs and the how they try to put future and Victorian together, that really throws me off. Also, gunpowder LARPs with flintlock pistols and rifles.
Okay.
There's a system called Blood Red Roses down in Exeter that I know a friend of mine. I'm going to try and see if I can set up an interview with him. He's actually a good bloke. He's been DMing since I've known him. Again, a guru back about a good 20 odd years I've known this guy. I want to get an interview with him. He runs Blood Red Roses, and it's like to what I've read and to what I've researched, it's a War of the Roses type LARP where kind of where magic's banned, but there's still kind of some bits about. But it also has the whole rifles, flintlock pistols, and gunpowder and whatnot. And it kind of almost puts me off because I'm always used to the medieval fantasy LARP systems, and to think, well, I've got a flintlock pistol. What the flaming hell is this? This goes through armor.
What do I sell it? What have you? Yeah. Okay. No worries.
That's what puts me off. But however, I do. That's one thing I want to try and enjoy is kind of the LARPs that I kind of get put off by because of their theme. I want to just try and embrace, rather than be afraid of it or have that lack of knowledge, is to gain that knowledge and kind of face it rather without fear, but with more embrace it.
Yeah.
And then again, like I did when I first joined LARP, just get thrown in the deep end.
Get thrown in. You've got it. You've got it.
Learn quickly.
Right, so we've actually got a question from Penny, right? So Penny says, "What makes you pick one system over another?"
I can write a list. I can go social is first. Like, who's going? Is there any of my friends going to one or the other? Who haven't I seen in a long time?
Yeah. Good one.
Again, like we mentioned, politics. Is this system being put me off, or is it actually influencing me to try to go there? Also, the story, the character that I have or I want to put into it. Can my character influence the game in some way, or make the game better by being there, or helping those? Like with Curry Pastimes, I'm playing a healer. And his knowledge right now, my character concept with this character, he wants to know everything healing-wise. But he's at this kind of fork in the road where one whisper in the ear by one bad person, I could lean towards necromancy rather than...
At that point.
I'm at that point because I want to bring people back to life. I'm all about resurrecting people. But if someone goes, oh yeah, if you use necromancy and you can do this, and this, you can bring them back to life. And all of a sudden I've raised a zombie and I've gone... Oh, sure, I'm going to get killed now.
What have I done?
Yeah, what have I done? So he's at that fork in the road where he's trying to learn so much because Kotick's lost brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So he lost a brother. My first event at Forge and Norska, I lost, Kotick lost their brother. Everybody in the Step Alliance refers to each other as brother and sister. Yeah. So on his watch, during the Battle of Norska, he lost a brother. And... he's kicking himself, saying he should have been there, or he could have done a lot more. What if someone falls again? How can I bring them back? Is there a way to bring them back? Kind of thing. So that's where the mentality of Kotick's going. So it's the story that I'm in, where it might influence me to go, well, I don't want to go to this Summerfest, I'd rather go to Renewal because I'm in this point of the story and I want to push it forward. Or... I'm playing an undead hunter, killing all the undead he can find in another system, and will my character be a big influence there and make the story better? If my character turns up and it's we're dealing with goblins and orcs, why is my undead hunter there? Like, there's no point.
There's no point to it.
So that might influence me to change system again, or. If I'm really keen to play this, like the long list of concepts I want to do, and there's a LARP system in there, I might go, actually, I'm going to go to this LARP, so I can start this concept up and see how we go from there. So I've got a choice at the end of the day. it's again also time off work as well. It's another one.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Time off work. Could I get the time off work to run that weekend?
Yeah.
There's various, like I said, there's a list of things, the choices I can make between one or the other. I think I did a video, like would I choose Summerfest over Fools and Heroes Summerfest or Curious Pastimes Renewal. Thankfully, I didn't have to make that decision because COVID did that for me.
Yes.
But this time it's work. Work's stopping me.
Work stopping you going for, okay. We do have another one for you. Well, it says Kath, but it says, "Hi, it's Jack. Are you planning to do?" Are you planning to do?
Everyone knows Jack now.
Yeah.
I've opened up a can of worms here.
Are you planning to do Necromancer bits, John?
That's Curious Pastimes. Jack plays, I think it's Peepo. I can't remember now. It's been so long since I've chatted with Jack properly. That's Step Alliance, Curious Pastimes lot. I'll only do necromancy bits if the character's influenced enough to go down that path. So, but again, that's all I see. I'd rather not metagame. I hate metagaming at the best of times. So that's purely up to the players around Kotick, the characters around Kotick to kind of, are you behaving? Oh yeah, I'm just doing this, and this.
That's right, yeah. And apparently, apparently you should defect to the Vipers because they used to have some great resurrection groups there, and resurrection is definitely in the in the quotes.
Like I said, if you guys are watching this and you're part of Curious Pastimes and you see Kotick running around, you can't miss him. He dresses mostly in green anyway. Trying to do a Skyrim-esque outfit for him at the minute. If you see him around and you whisper the right stuff in his ear, he might just go follow you and join the group, as it were. So,
join
the group. That's what I mean. Like I said, Kotick's at that in the crossroads now, so he can be influenced to go here, there, and everywhere. So it's really up to the players around him to see where Kotick goes. So,
just
a chance to whisper in John's ear and
put a little armor, arm around his shoulder and go, come on, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink and a chat. Yeah.
What's your favourite drink, Kotick? Either whether it's rum or mead, I don't care.
You've got it,
Well, if the drinks are being paid for me, well, why not? Right.
Okie dokie. So you would like to try something a little bit out of your realm of experience then. So far I take it you have purely just done sword and sorcery then.
Yeah, it's mostly medieval fantasy. That's where my niche is, I think.
Right. Okie dokie.
I think we've all got them actually. They are kind of our own personal leanings.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. Well, I tell you what, John, leave that with us, all right? I'm sure we can arrange something in the near future, my friend.
COVID might have done something to the challenges, but there's a whole new year coming up.
We need to discuss those challenges in a minute as well.
Yes, we do.
I have to pull it up on my phone now just to see if I can find them again.
Yes, we do, because it is okay. So definitely the pandemic did scupper a lot of things for a lot of people naturally. And I suppose rightly so. We all want to stay as safe as possible. However, I think as the new year dawns, and especially as we crack into next year, I would say, there's a good possibility that a lot of things will be back up and running. I mean, as you all know, we just attended Tank LARP. That was actually fairly well attended, to be honest with you. Considering it was one of the first, if not the first. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob.
There's a few flying around about that period.
Yeah,
they were all about the same size.
Down in my area, Forest Argent LARP, I think is the name themselves.
Yep.
They got their first session as well, and that was well attended.
Yeah.
As you would put it, Stuart.
Yeah. I know. I LARP ran their dropship Achilles LARP around about that period as well, and that seem to be well attended. These are all about the same size as well. They're all within that step 3 up to 30 people size.
Yeah. Well, of course, I mean, you got to keep, abide by the rules at the moment anyway. I'm hoping that Curious Pastimes Renewal, things are going to be lifted a bit better. We can sort of do things there as well this year, because I must be honest, I miss it. I want to go. I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. And as we've discussed before, sometimes it's the only time of the year you get to physically see those people you haven't seen for a very long time. You know, and
actually, John, I've got to ask you something. You just mentioned something. You just mentioned that give him a Nerf gun. Yeah. Okay, give him a Nerf gun, yes. But actually, what I was trying to say, John, was you just mentioned Forest Argent. Have you played there at all?
No, I was planning on to before I got transferred. I was going to do the Southampton game, which was coming up at some point, but I got transferred back down to Plymouth, so it's I wasn't able to attend. I spoke to Gideon, who runs it, and I had my character concept all sorted. I was going to play kind of a couple of generations before Merlin joined King Arthur's thing, so it was like it was really old. Because the way they say it, it's like this old England, and basically the story is you go through the forest and whatnot, and all of a sudden you end up in where the game's set. So I kind of give Gideon my backstory. This is what the path I want to go down. He went, great, that's going to give the game a lot more lore to deal with, and I'm just gone, whoops.
No, that's whoops. Because Gideon is a great storyteller. If you give him a few good ideas, he's off. He's really off.
Oh yeah, he is excellent.
Like I said, medieval fantasy is my specialty, so I can literally just go around. I could go down the King Arthur route, or I could go down this route, or I could go that route, and just all of a sudden I've got all these ideas, and they've just gone, let's just we'll just sort something out for you in a minute, John. One second, here you go. Oh, fuck. Ooh.
Yeah. Don't worry, this is an adult show. So Shadow does say, what about something like Green Cloaks for John? Now,
Green Cloaks. Right, if you've paid attention to my channel, I have mentioned Green Cloaks a few times. I've got character concepts all set up. I'm going to be playing a doctor or a city doctor who's basically joined the 23rd Infantry.
Right.
Gone through his basic training, etc. Basically, he is an outside doctor coming in to help out every now and again. Because of the state of my job, out of character, it fits in so I can miss a few sessions or a few events, and then I can just come back as that kind of city doctor coming back in to do his medic bit kind of thing. So the characters are all sorted. My friend Jenny helped me with the concepts, etc., and the skills I'm going to get. And like I said before in my videos, that is one of the systems on my list to go to. So I will be attending at some point, hopefully in 2022, Stormcloaks, which then coincides with challenge number 3, do a LARP I haven't done before. A different genre. And there's your post-apocalyptic kind of, and with Nerf guns as well, which is completely out of my field. My kids have got tons of the stuff. Tons of Nerf guns. So it's a case of they wouldn't mind missing a couple of pistols and whatnot for a weekend. Just to replace the darts.
Just
make sure I've replaced the darts. But this city contractor doctor idea concept I've got isn't going to be firing that much, if anything at all. And I was going to do a kind of an in-character vlog within that. So I was going to, the character concept is cross between Bones from the original Star Trek series and the EMH from Voyager, kind of combining the two.
That's fun.
Well, hang on. Whoa. Both of those are just old cantankerous blokes, mate. I mean, come on.
Enough said. So I'm literally going to have a camera up on in my tent. I'm going to try and get a nice big tent sorted and literally do a medic log day. So and so had a couple of patients in with leg wounds, wrapped them up, sent them on their way, told them how much of the numbnuts they were for trying to tackle the big alien by themselves, kind of thing. So it's kind of it was going to be all in character as well, with shots of the of what was going on. So it was
Brilliant.
literally uploaded in character log of so and so. So it was literally progressing on as
Cool.
so it was literally in time. And because cameras and all that is all future technology stuff, it fits. I couldn't exactly do a captain's log or a medic's log, medieval fantasy system, because that's just stupid.
This scroll is talking to me. What? Magic.
1 second, let's just let it scroll. There's a bloody phone in the middle of this scroll kind of thing. Whilst I'm trying to... But yeah, so it fits. Then I was going to do an in-character thing, and the same with if I wasn't able to do Stormcloaks, I was going to monster Humanity Ascendance up in Manchester, because I've got a few friends who go to that who was going to say, well, you can't influence me to also try and teach me the if it's free to crew. And that was the loophole which you did with Challenge 3. It was the tender system. You didn't say about playing or crewing, so I was going to crew it and then give you a. I did it. I did something. I did. There's a loophole. I found it.
Loophole.
That was my aim for. That was my aim for doing something that was out of my comfort zone. So
cool. So what else is on this list then, John?
Skullduggery. Based in, I think it's Essex way, I think. It's a similar system for when I first started. It was one hit, 1 point system. So if I hit you once for a single, or hit you once, that was 1 point. If I hit a double, it'll take 2 points. It's a similar system to what when I first started. So that really caught me, and I was like, hang on, that sounds like this, and I really got read into it. And the skill system and the experience system was, again, kind of similar to what I played back in Plymouth 18 years ago. So I was like, I really like this. But again, it was transport to get up there. That was trying to arrange. Which ain't a problem. I've done worse stuff. Getting to acting jobs. I travelled over my first acting job. I travelled overnight through Wales to get to. So I'm not fussed about going public transport and walking overnight to get to a game that I really enjoyed. So
no worries.
But yeah, Skulldugger's on the list. Humanity Ascendance or Stormcloaks. Again, Blood Red Roses is playing on the background. It's like it's there, but not sure. Laurie's Trust, again, is another system I want to get to. But again, when you first hear Laurie's Trust, you always hear the story of, oh yeah, just be careful going to the toilets. You will get stabbed and killed on the way to the toilets during the night. It's like, oh great, that's the first story I heard. Laurie's Trust. Just be careful going to the toilets at night. That's the first story I heard. Laurie's Trust.
Actually, to be honest with you, that story is correct, but that's only because the majority of the toilets became biohazard waste dumps in that respect, right? That was the only. I mean, the amount of times we were there, and they actually physically condemned actual toilets, that the only thing they could do with it is burn it. Some of them were wrong, but there we go. I do have a little question here from Shadow again. What's your favorite, what's all of your favorite kind of plots in LARP? So first of all, let's throw it open to John. What would be your most favorite plot in a LARP?
Favorite plot in a LARP?
It's a good one.
It's a difficult one, because I've been in so many stories that I've lost count and forgotten most of them. Stories. That's a difficult one, because with Fools and Heroes, each branch has a different story, and traveling around these branches, you get a glimpse of these stories before you move on to the next one. With regards to festivals, it's a combination of all these linear systems to put together to be able to create a bigger story at the end. So you get all the knowledge from all the branches, and then there's your festival that combines all that knowledge together to defeat the big boss. For me, I think that was most rewarding as a plot. It was like I would say we would call this in TV a B plot. So you normally have a main plot line and you have a subplot line. The subplot line I enjoyed was the Dragon King was asking questions. This is the roleplay aspect of the game, and it's like, oh, what do you prefer this? What happened here? And one of them was, what makes you? What are you passionate about with your character? And I had a good think about it, and I explained to everyone it's bringing people together. It's because like at the time 3 people died. This again is I'll explain this all properly down on another video, but 3 people died. We were trying to resurrect them, and the whole of the group were surrounding the hut where we're trying to do this big ritual to resurrect these 3 people.
Yeah.
And the guy who was asking these questions come to me, and I went, I'll answer your question for you. Now I thought about it. And I said it's bringing up people together. It's this. What you see here is the why we do what we do. We're all together in this, no matter what happens, through thick and thin, through hell or high water. We're here to support each other. The guy who I talked to was like, yes, I like that, and he walked off, bibbled off, and I've gone, oh, I must have said something right then. And then the following day, he went, can you come here, please? I've gone, oh crap, I'm in trouble again. Because previously I was a bit heavy-handed. I hit somebody in the head, they nearly passed out, etc. So I was a bit heavy-handed, so I got told off for that. Again, it was my first fest. I was like, keen. I got called away. I'm like, oh crap, what have I done wrong now? He went, your answer. I'm giving you this magical sash because not only the answer you gave me, but your peers heard it and they all praised you, etc. So here, have this. And he gave me the magical sash. It was my first ever Lammy, and that really, for my first fest, and to be part of that mini plot was it lit the fire for LARPing. Like that was the spark I needed to keep boosting, because it was my first festival, so why not? That fire literally erupted. I would almost spontaneously get past. So that was my most enjoyed LARP moment. Plot wise.
No worries.
But someone like us, or for all of us, we only dip in, see part of the story, and then dip back out again, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah,
and then you might see it further down the line when it's completed. Oh, so our involvement there for that moment helped with this, and this kind of thing. Maybe small. Sorry, the camera still. I've still got your memory. Maybe small, but we were part of that plot in some way. So no matter what system I go to, I try and put my all in and enjoy the story, even if it's just written in a sentence or two.
Yes.
So and so did this, so and so did that to help out. I'm going to enjoy that, because at least then
you got it.
I've gone to the system, I gave it my all, I joined in, I tried to do as much as I can without being a complete idiot or anybody else, and then go and walk away with a smile on my face, because I enjoyed what I did.
I personally am a sucker for anything that's cinematic, right? Give me something, a cinematic ending, a crescendo, whatever and I'm there. Let's eat that up,
Fireworks at the end.
Fireworks at the end. The heroes with their fists in the air, standing over the thing, and all the rest of it. Yeah. I'm a sucker for that. I really am. So.
You are. I think actually you can't knock when a LARP's played cinematically and it just looks
epic.
A big epic move. Wow. But also when I'm playing, I like it when we know there's a plot moving on, but we get these little really intense, massively fun scenes that you and other people just remember, then riff off for ages and ages. I think there's one a few years ago I did. Actually, it's Forest Argent, when I was playing a monk that was trying to be desperately polite but was desperately drunk, and it was just really, really funny. But that character just had lots of stuff happening to it afterwards because of that, and it was just the whole thing riffed from it. It was great.
You got it.
Because we are kind of, we enjoy the hobby and we go to so many different LARPs. We don't follow many plots all the way through. We're not there at the start. We're not there at the end. Sometimes we're just in that middle bit. Just like, what's going on here? Okay, that's some of that, and we're aiming for that. Okay, I'll try and convey the ballot across. Right, you guys go over here. You need to do this. That's what mostly we do, because of what our state of to what our, as amateur journalists kind of thing. This is what we do. So we just, like I said, I said before, it's just enjoying what we have. And I just found the comment section. I just clicked it. I'm just going, oh yeah, there's all the comments. I'm a technophobe. I really am a technophobe.
No worries. Yeah, Jack's got another one. Yeah, there we go. So, if a LARP came to real life, oh God, what a horrible question, Jack. What's wrong with you? Right? What LARP would you want to be? None of them. That's right. Downton Abbey one. The Downton Abbey one.
Yeah,
Downtown Abbey actually existed. No, I'd rather not have anything of what I've played become real. I don't want to be looking out the window and there's zombie herds kind of there, and all of a sudden there's like some guy in plate mail trying to kill them all, and I'm just like, what drugs have the kids spiked me with?
Just taken. Quite the number of out-and-out killers and murderers. No, none of them.
Yes,
I can see the kids firing Nerf weapons out the window and actually knocking these people over, and I'll be like,
okay, no, I've got it. The Harry Potter LARP.
Okay. I've heard this stuff about, but I didn't know there's actual LARP for it.
Harry Potter LARP or the Downton Abbey one. You know, both of them would just be lovely to play, and you know, for it to be real life would be fine.
I mean, the early get-ups and stuff are hard, but yeah, I could live with that, actually.
What's wrong with you, Jack?
I was about to say, if some LARP systems though come to real life, at least my experience points will go up, and I end up getting stronger, bigger, faster, stamina-wise. Yes. I'm immune to poisons.
Yeah.
I'm immune to getting drunk. Just down the weed. I can enjoy this without getting drunk. Glug glug.
Bring it, zombies. We've been practicing for 20 years.
Yeah. I think there's one system that I'm immune to blunt or immune to sharp damage. Well, that's me sorted.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's that? I'm now at the elf and I can live for another 300-400 years. Oh yes, please. Let's see what technology brings us.
Yeah, that's right. And remember to always have a weapon that has a sharp and a blunt.
Yeah. Every system I try to go to, I always have like an axe, a double-handed double weapon. So I have axe on one side and a blunt on the other.
Yeah, that's right.
Hang on, it's a skeleton. Turn it round. There's a blunt.
Turn it around. You got it.
Yeah.
There are so many weapons like that now coming on the market.
That was a vicious question. Vicious.
What LARP?
Thanks for the question. Keep them coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Coming.
God. Right, so is there anything else that we would like to discuss, folks? You know, anything on our minds? We're here, you know, we may as well go for it.
It's going to take a while to pop up, isn't it?
It's going to take a while to pop up. Actually, while it's popping up, John, do you want to talk about your plans? Have you got big plans coming up? We know you mentioned. Do you want to talk about those?
Well, unfortunately, because obviously with my job, I go away a lot. Some of people are aware of what's going on. I don't like to talk to it in depth because of the sensitivity of my job. I work alongside the Royal Navy.
Okay.
And as a civil contractor with that, I join the worst side of it all as well. So I do go away for months on end. I was away for 2 months in the beginning of the year. Where we went around the Baltic Sea and went up north towards Russia, etc. I can talk about it once it's done, but like what's coming up, I can't really speak about it. I can say, like, for the next 4 months, I'm away in the Gulf. I can't exactly say exactly what we're doing or where exactly I'll be going, but I'm off to the Gulf and spending 4 months out there from end of next week. Going to fly out to the ship, join the ship, and then enjoy the next 4 months in 36 to 42 degree heat. I'm going to die of dehydration or heat stroke or something or other.
That's right,
Fingers don't tan, we burn.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, with that, I won't be back till late November, early December, which means I'll miss the Big Fest systems regarding renewal or Summerfest or anything that's possibly going on, depending on COVID restrictions. Hopefully it will be lifted come next week, but again, some of us are still going to be fearful. I've only had my first dose. I haven't had my second jab yet. And I said to myself that I wouldn't attend a LARP unless I had both doses. I've already kitted my characters out with masks anyway. My character for Falls and Heroes is a cracking priest, so he's always got a mask anyway. But Kotick was going to have a nice little green one that he can pull over if need be. But it isn't out of place with the costume.
That's right.
So I'll still, like, for a while afterwards, I'll still be a bit fearful. Like,
of course, I mean, naturally,
it's not going to go away. We have to learn to live with it. So,
naturally,
I think we have to learn to live with it, but also I don't think we should be silly with it. I mean, at the moment, it's really not good out there.
No,
and
that's
I think
right.
long term, yeah, we live with it. But I'm also thinking, well, okay, I wouldn't mind if I wouldn't object to a few changes if few people got, say, COVID or a really bad dose of the flu.
Yeah.
That would be okay.
It's in a COVID. What I read and what I've seen on news and the scaremongering and stuff is like it ain't gonna go away. We are gonna live with it. It's gonna be another variation of the flu kind of thing. We might have to get booster jabs and whatnot every other year, but it's just a case of just being cautious and just moving on. Because we had 30 odd deaths yesterday or the day before of COVID, where flu and pneumonia was like over 1,000 kind of thing. So it's a case of, yes, we've tackled COVID now. Yes, the cases may rise, but there's going to be less deaths now because everyone's being vaccinated, everyone's still being cautious. Right. Most of us are still wearing masks, social distancing. We're still going to have those elements for the next 6 to 8 months because that's what's been drummed into us for the last 2 years.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I mean, I personally would like to see this country and other countries go the same way as Japan and China and what have you. That if you have a cold, wear a mask. Yeah, right? I mean, it's be mindful of others, not just of yourself. You know,
I mean, in those countries, it's massively rude not to wear a mask. You're not feeling like you're being pushed. You're being made an exception. You're actually helping people and doing the right thing, switching it right around. And I wish we could adopt that more.
Definitely.
But no, going forward, like I said, this year has been a write-off for me for wrestling and for LARPing, so I won't be attending any wrestling events. I might be doing one tomorrow, but I won't be doing any more LARP events this year unless Falls and Heroes Plymouth branch does one, and I'm back in time for December, and that's if they're running it. So I might be able to do one linear game, by the end of the year, at the very most. But I'm looking now forward to 2022. April, May. I'm going to take most of April off anyway because that's my birthday month anyway. I'm hopefully planning to do a few sessions depending on, again, what's running.
Yes. Yeah.
Because just like I said, it's all about keeping an eye on what's going on social media, seeing who's running, word of mouth, etc., who's going where, and you guys as well. Oh, John, if you got time off, could you attend this game? Yeah, why not? Exactly.
Exactly. We do have a fairly long one from Shadow, and then I'll come back to Weekend Heroes afterwards. So, can you read that? What's been some of the moments, like the ref that gave you the sash, that has helped make a character for you, or helped save a character you weren't enjoying?
Thank you, Shadow.
Oh, Shadow. Good question. What's been some of the moments like the rest games that's helped make a character for me? My first Spring Fest for Falls and Heroes, I was playing a ranger, and I wasn't sure which route my character was going. But after that event, after getting the sash, it kind of projected. I was planning to be more quiet, reclusive, but since then it kind of he had a state of confidence, and it just boosted him being more openly spoken and stuff. That's how to make a character for you. Wow, this is it's because I've got so many.
I know. This is the problem, isn't it? And it can be just that one nugget of something happens that makes your chest swell and all the rest of it, and you go like, I did good here,
Yeah. Playing a Crow and Rose. Again, this is another Falls and Heroes one, I'm afraid. There was a Troll matriarch who we had to plant a bomb, an alchemical bomb in it to destroy it, and one of the other characters got stuck in there and eventually got basically pooped out, as it were. So I was looking like I was in the point where, do I go find her? Do I save her? Do I go run and save her? Or do I just hold back? Well, the bomb's about to blow. What do I do? And I literally, I looked back and I went, sod this. I'm a Crow and Rose. I'm there to help people. Yeah. So I literally started running. I threw my sword down and started pegging it towards this woman. And as I glanced back, everyone's just gone. It was like, best way to describe it is the Hobbit moment in Return of the King. I started running and I turned back and everyone's just gone. I started running after me. I literally, playing this character, I skidded in, scooped this woman up, and I went, I'm going to grab you. And I scooped her up, and I started running back because I didn't know when this bomb's going to blow up. And I'm running with her arms. I've gone, sorry about this. And then I realized what I was doing. I went, someone take a picture as I'm trying to run. And that gave me that kind of boosting, again, another boosting confidence with the character. And ignite again, one of those ignited flame moments where I've actually done a really good role play experience and hopefully inspired others as well. It's one of those. That's one thing I like to do, is inspire others to try and get influence more. Within the game.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, when I first started Curious Pastimes, I had no idea what to do, and Kath, Jack's mum, was okay, here's a couple of people, go look after them. And all of a sudden, I'm being walked around this camp like, oh yeah, here's the Akesh. This is what's happening. This is the ritual circle. Back to the Akesh. Oh, here's a necklace. Oh, and that necklace poisoned, almost killing your friend of yours. And I was just like, oh, what's going on here? But I was started looking after the people who I was just basically, I was going to look after them. So I did. And I really got attached. My character really got attached to another one, and we ended up kind of, it was almost like a Batman and Robin moment, kind of. We just ended up tagging up, and then when it comes to the next event, we were like doing all sorts together, just solving puzzles. And so some being with the right people can really help make a character as well. So it's having the right people around you at the right time, and I've had quite a few of those. I think that I'll answer it that right people at the right time can make any character worth playing.
Oh, definitely.
Because sometimes you have a writer spot with your character, especially if you're playing it for a while, and sometimes like that one or two people could just go, well, how have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Your mind just goes again. The imagination keeps going.
Yes, definitely. So was there anything else we were going to discuss in this particular one?
No, I think that's it.
I think that's it. We planned,
Okay, no worries. One that was put, where's LARPBook attending next? Well, hopefully it's going to be renewal, I think.
There we go.
Yeah, you know, I think it's going to be renewal, Rob. That's correct, isn't it? The Curious Pastimes games.
Crossing my fingers that it's going to be safe enough for renewal to run, we've had all the plans. We planned to go to some laps and they couldn't do it, and then things have been off and on and happening all year. So, we're fingers crossing for renewal.
Yes.
And if that fails, we'll see if we can find something else to do.
Yes.
Next month or two before the weather turns too bad.
Yeah, you know. And of course, Rob and I are completely fine now with our inflatable tents. We can go anywhere.
Not going to think on me.
Probably for me next year will be whatever's running in April. Again, I'll look closer to the time for where I'll be attending next. But like I said, we can all liaise together.
Yeah, definitely.
Please do. Yeah.
Challenge number 2: photo op with everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll keep everyone posted as when we get around to next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, one moment. I knew a cough was bound to come up. One moment. Just get rid of that. Mute button is your friend. Right, okie dokie. So, John, thank you very much. Right, this has been an absolute pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I hope to join, like I said, after the 4 months, hopefully, or even next year, so we could get together again.
Defo.
Yeah, we will.
You've got 4 months, guys, to think of challenges for me to do for next year.
You
renew the challenges.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear that, chat? We got a little while to think of some challenges.
We'll accept suggestions too.
That's what I was going to say. Chat, whoever's whoever's in the chat, whoever's watching, if you've got any suggestions for challenges for me for 2022, throw them at LARPBook, because they're the ones who are going to issue them to me. If more creative, the better, and I will see what I can do to fulfill it in 2022. So
fantastic.
Work pending.
Yeah. Well, that's the same with us, my friend, as well. You know,
I'll do what I can. I think that'll be a fun watch to achieve. See how we go.
You know, both Rob and I work, and sometimes just trying to get things married up together is hard work, for us to go and do stuff. But until one of us wins the lottery, my friend, and then we'll be doing this full time. Trust me.
I would say
go
if
into
I win the
laughs.
lottery, I will surely have a chat. Or we'll get together a nice conference room in the middle of the country somewhere and actually have a good chat about how much funding I will be allowed to pass over the table.
You've got it, yeah.
I think you guys are here at my lowest. If we can all get together to be at our highest, then that'd be great. You guys have been, over the last, year and a half, 2 years, we've been chatting now.
Yeah.
It's been a few years now, and it's great. It'd be great doing the chat, seeing your vlogs and your Twitter stream, and
yeah.
really good.
I mean, I think I obviously speak for Rob here as well. If you ever need anything, John, you know where we are, my friend. Right? Hit us up and all the rest of it. Yeah, we'll see we'll see who we know, what we know, where we know, etc. And
like I said, with a team together, it's not what you know, it's who you know, and if they know. Everyone knows somebody.
Like everything else, yeah.
Yeah. Also, next year, I'm going to say, Weekend Heroes, thank you for the shout. Yes, I will give you a shout out if I need any poses doing. Happily. Hit me up, like I said, you can't miss me on the world of internet. You just put John Harding Wrestler, you'll find tons of my links, etc. So, I'm not a very hard man to find.
And you can't get photos done by him, do it because he's good. Really like his work.
Trying to think what else is try and look for the comments myself.
No. I think I've gone through one. There was another one from
Speaking to you again, is are we going to have a blow up avenue? Yes, we are.
Yes, mate, we are indeed going to have a blow up avenue. Because we've all got the exact same tents, you see, John.
Inflatable. Random green tents at the end. Oh, that's John.
Yeah, I've even got this blow up sort of freestanding structure coming as well that we should be able to bolt all of the tents into.
The great LARPBook tent structure, yes.
LARPBook City
in the corner.
Yeah.
LARPBook City, my friend.
Don't wander in, you'll never get out again.
I'll be the homeless guy in the corner.
Yeah, so just a very quick one, everyone. Don't forget that there is a competition at the moment up on Facebook, from Chick Leathers, that wonderful medicine pouchy alchemy type thing he's got. All you've got to do is basically have a little look at the question. It's relatively easy to find the answer to be honest with you. It's just a very quick Google search in that respect, right? And we'll be drawing on that very soon, Rob. It's not that long ago now.
The closing date on that is the 16th, so that's a week today, and then we'll announce very soon afterwards the winner and get them in touch with Chick Leather to go and get their really cool.
And it is nice and it packs down really well as well. It's very clever. Fair play. So don't forget that, folks. And of course, as per always, you can always find us Facebook, YouTube, Twitters, Instagram, everywhere, etc. And I expect John, you're very similar as well. You're pretty much just everywhere.
At the Rocker JH. I'm on most platforms, from TikTok to Snapchat to Facebook to everywhere.
Everywhere else.
You can't, like I said, you can't miss me. John Harding Wrestler on Google. It's all there.
Yeah, no problem.
No
worries.
Go and find John's stuff. There's a ton of it, and it's good.
Exactly. And thank you to everybody that actually joins in the chat today as well. It helps to keep the community going. And don't forget, if you haven't already told someone about us, tell someone about us. All right, anybody, someone you see on the street, I don't care. Yeah, just get the word out there that we exist. Okay, because the more people we can bring into this community, the better the community gets. So I think that's about all of it from me, John. Rob, thank you very much again. It's been an absolute pleasure and a pressure, apparently, and what have you. So English teeth, here we go. So we'll catch up soon, right? We'll do something together, defo, right, without a shadow of a doubt. So I think it's pretty much a goodbye from all of us, I would say. So, bye!
Bye, everyone.